Now let's take a look at some of the common mistakes that people make when working with this forearm lever. One of the main mistakes that people make is they pull straight up and they're just pulling the client's arm into their own chest or sternum. And the issue with that is it's going to get blocked. And no matter how much force you generate, you're not going to be able to make someone's arm go through them. What we want is to be able to wing that elbow out to then pull the arm behind. So instead of just generating force, if I went right out here for that bicep curl kind of variation, as I drop down, if I just pull straight up, I'm going to be driving his wrist into his sternum here. I want to create a little bit of a force going out this way with both my hands pulling the arm out to wing it. Now I can go up, bring the hand behind the back and control. So do not just pull straight up. Another mistake that people make is the structure of their wrists becomes compromised and they become weak and they lose range of motion. When I'm pulling, I want my knuckles and back of my hand aligned with my wrist and forearm. So when I'm pulling up like this, nice and strong, I can even curl and have a little bit more contraction here. But if my wrist gets bent like this, I almost start to wrist lock myself and becomes very weak. So as we're here, as I'm pulling up, my hand is curling, it's nice and strong, and I'm reinforcing it with my other hand here to be able to drop and pull. If I do this, and my wrist bends, put it back underneath, like this, it's weak, and you can see how I start to move my forearm, but no movement happens of Kevin's wrist. It goes down to my fingers. I'm just finger locking myself at this point. Make sure if that starts to happen, lower your hand, recorrect the alignment of your wrist, curl, double it up, to get that control. Another part that people make mistakes with is not lowering their center of gravity by just kneeling down or having the leg up towards the leg set. I'm increasing my ability to rotate myself this direction, which is what I want to be able to bring the arm up. If I have my foot up close to Kevin's head, like this, once I get the motorcycle grip and I do this, I have no ability to drop my right hip effectively and turn my body, and so my alignment becomes compromised because I'm trying to turn my chest in a different direction than my hips are facing, and I create a twist of my spine. So this is something that I've run into when people are first learning this, is they're trying to go here and they're trying to drop their elbow while they're up on their foot. And unless you're really flexible to be able to squat, just make sure that you drop your knee, and you can even raise the other foot if you wanted to rotate yourself so that now I can easily drop my right shoulder and drop my right hip. Because I want to start turning myself towards Kevin's feet, like this, to be able to pry that arm behind the back. So make sure you have the proper base, lowering yourself here so that you can turn yourself with proper